Good afternoon, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel, and welcome to me going for a lunchtime walk because this is my life now. This video is going to be about Outlaw half Nottingham, which was yesterday. I've given it sort of 24 hours to think about the event, to reflect on it, so I'm going to use this time just to talk about my performance. It might not be very long because I did only do 2/3 of the triathlon, but I'm going to talk about some positives, some areas to work on, and then a few other things surrounding the event, which I'm actually going to start with. So other people, I've made a list. You know it's serious when there's a list. Firstly, I met so many great people, both people who are doing the event and, probably more importantly, the support crews, the families, the children, the friends, all those that come along, got up at stupid o'clock, supporting people with food, drinks, stressed athletes being really demanding. I don't know where I'm going around here. You guys are absolute legends. Behind every athlete is a massive support crew that they couldn't do the event without, so well done to you. It was also great to meet all you people. Thanks to Liz for doing the video. Without her, that wouldn't have happened, and I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed watching the video from yesterday. I probably watched it 3 or 4 times, and I think Liz did a great job. A year or so ago, she really wasn't a fan of being on camera at all, and now she's taken to it like a duck to water, so Triathlon Liz channel coming soon. Probably not. A few other people who create videos like this as well, who are at the event. Andy Horsfall-Turner, Harry Palmer, who else? Jason from the Triathlon channel, Danny at Try to Be Iron. I'll put all their channels down below in the description right at the top. They are all getting videos out over the next few days from the event, so please do check out their videos as well. Different perspectives. Obviously, Andy's perspective right at the front of the race, that'll be a good one to watch. Harry's perspective very close to the front, and a few others from various different places. So, you know, hopefully you get a good little understanding of different points in the race. So my race then. Oh, and also, forgot Jack Schofield as a photographer, and he was part of the Outlaw photographer crew yesterday. He does try and make a living from photography, so he has got some photos for sale on the website. I know Outlaw were giving out photos for free. That's fine, that's great, and hopefully you got some great shots from there, but have a look on Jack's as well. If there's any good shots on there that you like, please do just buy them. They are £3. If there's a sick shot of you on your bike, it's worth £3, isn't it? So please do support him. I've even bought one. Here you go, check that one out of me. Looks all right, doesn't it? Yes, there you go. Anyway, so the race. Got there in the morning, everything really went to plan. I went to the toilet in transition, felt good, walked down to the swim, needed an emergency toilet stop. I had to sacrifice my pair of socks that I'd banked to walk down to the start on because there's no toilet roll in the Portaloo. But other than that, everything had gone as planned. Hey, what's this guy doing? So I started the swim. I didn't dive in, I just jumped in. I'd seen a few people in front of me knock the goggles off, and I would normally dive in, but I just didn't really fancy it, so I just jumped in. It's all right, pal. It's okay. How you doing? You come to hear about my race yesterday? No, I know, oh, steady on. I know, DNF, mate. So I did the swim. I tried to settle into it. I was probably seeded a little bit too fast for me, but I just kept swimming. People were coming past me, and when they come past me, you know what it's like if you watch triathlon on TV. You're like, okay, great, just put a little surge in, get on their feet, tick it to a fast swim time. It's not as easy as that. I was trying to do that, but every time I put a little surge in, it was like I was flat out. I think I've really highlighted that I need to vary my paces more in my swim training. I pretty much just do a lot of steady swimming, and then when I ask my body to do a bit more than that, it doesn't happen. I'm gonna have to walk back up here because I'm running out of road. So that's a learning point for me. The swim, now the actual chip time was a lot different to my watch time. It's probably the same for a lot of people. So when I've compared my time against other people, I'm just using the chip times, whereas for my actual swim performance, I'm using my watch time. So my watch time was 34:45 and my chip time was 35:40 something, so a minute difference. But the best swim I've done in a 70.3 was 37:50, so to take 3 minutes off of that, I'm super chuffed. Training is definitely going in the right direction swimming wise. I've now got more time to be able to spend swimming because of the current knee issue. Got out of the swim, ran to transition. I think that's what aggravated my top of it. I keep saying my knee, but it's not. It's at the top of my fibula. I think that's what aggravated the issue, if I'm honest. It's half a mile long transition, and it said I did it in 6.5 minutes in total. So I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest, because that's a long way to run as well as all the other faff you've got to do. Onto the bike. This is me through and through. Here we go, on the bike. I can actually press on the pedals hard, I can get going. I took it a bit easy around the lake. My heart rate was sky high, so I just took a few miles just to let it settle a little bit, and it did a bit, but to be honest, it stayed pretty high. I was super fresh, so I think that's the reason why that happened. Settled into the ride. Oh, as soon as I come out of transition, over a couple of speed bumps, bunny hopped the first one, perfect. Bunny hopped the second one, wasn't a smoother landing, ejected my rear bottle, so I only had my integrated hydration, which is 500 ml of fluid, but I thought, oh, I'll worry about that in a bit. So into the bike, settled in. rationed myself with liquid, fueled often. Throughout the whole ride, I took on board a 40 gram of carbs gel, my nutrition in the fluid, which was 60 grams, a packet of Cliff Blocks, and then some of the High Five gummies. It was about 160 grams of carbs, so maybe a little bit light, but there or thereabouts 80 grams of carbs an hour, so that was good. The power was feeling okay. I was making loads of places. I was coming across a few groups, and I sort of wanted to, you know, being in a group would have been ideal. However, it just didn't work out like that. I just think if I've made ground on a group that I've closed up to, it's unlikely that we're going to be of use to each other. Either I'll be going too hard for them, or they're going too hard for me, and so on. So I just kept my own pace, put little surges on to get around people, and then just kept going and enjoyed it. Oxton Bank, the only hill, I was probably a bit over geared for that. That was quite tough, but as soon as I got over that and recovered a little bit, it was okay. I felt like I paced it well. I felt strong towards the end. My knee pain came on at about 11 miles and got gradually worse. So when it got to like 40, 45 miles, when it starts biting a bit and you want to like kick on, I just didn't have the motivation or the will to push on through that pain. And that's when I started just thinking, well, if I'm not going to be running, like, what's the point in hurting myself? So I didn't say I eased off, but I didn't go as hard as I could have. So I came in at 217, which is 24.5 miles an hour. My normalized power was 282 watts, which is pretty much exactly what I did last year at the Outlaw X, but I was just a fair bit faster. Positions better, more aero kit, etc. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. In terms of like overall split, so my swim was here we go, 213th time overall. My bike was about 35th. It's hard because I didn't finish, they don't list me on the results, but looking at the times of the people and like sorting it highest to lowest, it was about 35th fastest bike split. So I'm pretty happy with that. 2 years ago I had the 6th fastest bike split with a ride a minute slower than that, and I also been humbled by Adam Kenway, who rode 2 hours and 8 minutes, only a minute behind Andy Horsfall Turner on a road bike, which is mental. But there you go. Finished the bike, got off the bike. I couldn't even like run into transition. My leg was hurting that much. So at that point I knew my day was over. If I got around halfway around the lake, I'd have been amazed. So I called it there, had a walk around, then stood around supporting some other people. And then after I'd stood around for a bit, it just got really stiffened up when I couldn't even like bend my leg. And Liz was saying to me, you know, you're being dramatic, stop it, etc. But I wasn't. So yeah, not a good day out. I'm gonna have a bit of a think over the next couple of days about what else to do for the rest of this year. Like many people, I just enter loads of events thinking that training is going to go to plan, that you're not going to be injured at all, and I just need to recalibrate that a little bit. So I'm going to speak to James, my coach at RideHarder, and probably listen to him for the first time in a long time, and yeah, hopefully that will result in some sort of sense of direction. But I'm going to be doing lots of this, steady walking, nice little bit of activity just to keep physically mobile, mentally sane, whilst also trying to, you know, keep a little bit of fitness there and pick it back up when I can. But I'm going to give myself some things to focus on during this time. Just not sure exactly what it's going to be. So yeah, that was my event in a nutshell. There's not really too much to talk about with there not being a run, but yeah, I hope that people can sort of empathise with some of that. Well done to you if you did the event. It was a good day out. The run course was soul sapping at times around that lake, isn't it? I know, I've run around there a few times. But yeah, so that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Honestly, the support this weekend has blown me away. It really has, and long may it continue. On to Holcombe Heath in a couple of weeks, where I'm just doing the swim and Liz is doing the bike and run, so hopefully try and get a decent video together for that, and I'll see some of you there. So let me know down below if you did do the event, how'd you get on, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4 PM for, I'm not really sure what. See you later.